possession. This is 3rd and 11. Stroud out of the gun here. Jaguar pressure and Jaguar sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
It's taken to the 26. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field.
So the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Jaguars, first down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Ready? 11. Lisa 24. Son, it's 11. Go back in.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Easy. Read it. 11.
Lawrence. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
This now a 3rd and 4. Now Lawrence to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Hunter with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need a win.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp, and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
First down, Texans.
Throwing now is Stroud. He'll swing this out to Jenkins. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Stroud looking to throw. He'll let this go deep for Collins. That is incomplete.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
2nd and 10. Stroud will look to throw once more. Setting up a screen for Jenkins. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Open man is Collins. He's got it. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Now Stroud. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Here's Stroud. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Boy, that one was well-read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive, because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
Here goes Stroud again. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. There he goes, left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I cannot imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more disastrous half of football for another side. But if you focus on the positive half, with this pick 6, you look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the 2nd quarter, my goodness.
I love the expression, my goodness indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you've got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
9 seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10. Stroud coming right back after the pick 6. That's over the middle into the hands of Moore. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Here we go.
Final play of the half. Stroud. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. 75 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Lawrence will throw. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Well, one thing's for sure, they're still taking their shots downfield, even with a big lead.
Yeah, I think it's way too early to go into a shell, so I like what they're doing. Continue to take your shots. Continue to be aggressive. It's not their job to slow themselves down.
On red. Hey, kill. 11. Go, let's go. Go.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. Knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And that is exactly what you needed defensively. It's a long road back from here, but that's a good start to the second half as they force a punting situation and a 4th down.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. Unable to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Hunter, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Jaguars have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it is 42-0.
Texans nothing. Cam Little,
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
All right. 118. That's it.
On the ground, it's Judkins to start the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Now he'll tuck this and run. He gets this into the hands of Judkins. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A huge play there for Houston. 45 yards. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Judkins going to run it out of the gun. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Stroud.
Oh, my God.
There's a diving catch. 12 yards there as they keep this drive. Another 1st down.
Every guy that plays this game has plenty of people around him that are concerned for his health and well-being. He had no regard for his body on that catch at all, did he?
Middle of the field, diving to grab it. No, he didn't. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down.
a 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd.
Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Stroud. And he's got it. Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
A short gain that doesn't get him the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the first down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2. Texans. Dalton Schultz, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. Looking long for Thomas. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, they have that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Go, let's go. Red on red. 13, Luke. Silver.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And caught by Cameron right side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Well, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
24.
Going quickly here to Thomas. And he'll take this to the other side of the field before going out of bounds. A 14-yard 1st down pickup for the Jaguars.
That's good for a Jaguars 1st down.
Hey, Lion.
1st and 10 at the 46.
Now Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Hell yeah, this ass whooping.
11, Agate. Hey, easy, Ralph.
Should have brought him up. Every time you bring him up, man, don't press him.
Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Hunter, 35 yards. And the Jags are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Second and 9.
Mm-hmm.
And Stroud now to throw. They intercept Stroud again, the third time in this game. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Stroud's pass intercepted. The Jaguars take
Hey, go,
over first
13,
and
Lou.
10
Lou.
at the 41-yard line.
And they'll run on the inside.
Oh, my God.
And manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Given 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a third and about 5.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
That's easy. Read it, 44. Read it. Focus. High.
Hands it off out of the gun. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Brenton Strange, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because doing the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't
nice
go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's
little
about
mama
how you
went fishing.
respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you
Hell no, we ain't get no bites. You know.
and how you continue to lead.
Hell no, we went to a late.
7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
We went to a lake. Wharton Brook, that shit by the BMW dealership. I don't get a fight over here.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as this defense unable to hold.
Nah. I just be going for relaxation. You know what I mean? And take my daughter with me. She can have something to do. Oh, shit.
And getting this just shy of midfield, is spotted at the 49. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Jenkins. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Throwing on second down, Stroud. That's complete. It's Collins. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 37. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. They'll run from the gun. It's Jenkins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Stroud off the play fake. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
South.
Throwing now is Stroud. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to...
Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. Well, that was a long attempt to begin with, so the fake you might have known was somewhat of a possibility. Credit to the defense, though. They weren't fooled.
You're right, they weren't fooled, and they were in a position of having to play it both ways. Guard for the fake, but you still want to rush the kicker because it was a makeable kick. So they ended up getting the best out of the whole thing. Stuffed the fake, and they take over the ball.
Hey, kill!
Here's a handoff out of the gun. A good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 98 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
The sun is up, so wet it down, get your money up. I put money down on all of us, on my people now, on what I love. Ooh, baby, it's dangerous. Your problems are just not the same to us. We're dealing with things you ain't seen before. We're feeling the weight of our instances. We're healing with ways that don't last for long. Don't happen the time and it obvious. Don't help for the weak, but the strong. Plenty here, boy, for all of us. Now bring out the drums and the and my homies got this do it that they said wouldn't work. Bring out the it'll load up the place with them car. I see the bums that be wishing we end in the ditch and the pain to see them hurt. I see the love that we give and the love that we get. And sure everything come up for circle. We're from nothing to something, got all of us jumping it that we meant for that.
I can't. I'm in the game. Hold up.
What defines my name? What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name? Name forever. Victory helper. Whole name means protector. Shorten it by 2 letters. Without the IR at the end. The reincarnated Gil Scott living in the again. With a blind as a 10. When I speak, it's like a lottery win. Quote my total.
241. That was it.
We soaking from a time when was stronger. Today's streets are calmer. They used to kill for shade sneaks and bombers. My
My name existed forever before Christians came in America, even better. With click sounds in their mouths was language for humans. With stick figures and K's, my name's written fluid. Nasty like way before even Rome had a sewage. For 50,000 years ago, if I could choose its origin, since there's nothing to gain by assuming, I'ma say the definition of my name, the truest. I shock them like real product. Creep with baddies in sequence dresses.